Alright everybody, so this could be a June garden tour. As you can see with this raised bed I have corn. Clearly a lot of it didn't grow, so I don't know what happened, but there's like sparse other corn growing, so maybe there's just late delays. No clue, but these are huge. So I don't know, maybe they'll grow, maybe they won't. So we'll see. Just recently, I planted corn between the corn, and some of it just isn't doing well. I think somebody ate it, and then I don't know. Hopefully they grow back since they're really young, but we'll see. I don't think uh the corn. Well, this corn looks, the front looks good, but the ones on the back, I don't know if they'll make it that far or do it that well, but we'll see. But yeah, there's the first raised bed. I'm planting corn, and then I'm planting some beans, and hopefully the beans do well. Hopefully they grow back, even though whatever ate it. Just the top, so hopefully they can grow back, but we'll see. And I don't know if you saw my short, but this other raised bed is the black bean raised bed, and as you can see from last short I made, this is I mulched it with cardboard, and then I put a lot of dead grass, and some of it is starting to look better. Some of the beans were yellow, now they're starting to turn really dark green like this one's. And yeah, this is the raised bed of black beans. Alright, let me show you other things I got going on. This is the 4x4 raised bed. And then here I was trying to grow some peppers from seed. So I just directly seeded some pepper seedlings or seeds. And some of them are coming up, and others didn't come up at all. So I have some red solo cups where I started more peppers, and then I'll just, whatever area I was trying to grow peppers, I'll just replace it with those because I want a good harvest. And these are planning to be the jalapenos. And this edge over here, I got tomatillo. The other side it didn't grow, so maybe I have to replant the seeds or a seed. And the other side, I tried a different type of way. I just put cardboard first, and then I put soil, and then put the seeds in, but they didn't grow at all. So I have to replace, I have to start with the solo cups. And then on this side, I plan on growing tomatoes, so I also have tomatoes growing in red solo cups. And yeah, that's what I have going on in this area. These are the seeds that I'm talking about. These are the serrano peppers. This is a winter squash. This is a, I plan on growing this where the corn is. As you can see, there's a lot of space, so I'm not too worried about it. And these are tomatoes. Here's an extra jalapeno, habanero that I had that I have no need for, so I don't know what I'm going to do with it just yet. And I'm growing aloe vera in here just because I want more aloe vera. And these were the pups. And these are the jalapeno plants I was talking about earlier, where I plan to replace some of them in the first 4x4 raised bed. And yeah, let's check on the other things. Okay, so I guess this is an update on my single seed challenge. Um, as you see, it didn't grow that much bigger, but it's been like 2-3 weeks, and this is how it looks like so far. Looks really good in my opinion. And then here's the onions that I forgot that I put in here, and pears lane's growing, and then the other cover crop I had, the winter rye is starting to grow back. And yeah, that's how this one looks like. And just over here, I have a zucchini. This is zucchini I transplanted. I remember, I don't know if you guys watched that video, but I had it in a red solo cup, transplanted it into here, and it looks fine, I guess. Looks a lot better than it did before, but still not producing anything right now. And it's been like, what, a month or two? So we'll see what happens. And here is my citrus tree that I've been having struggling with, but it looks good right now, so hopefully it stays like this for a while. And I'm growing sorghum as a cover crop, especially during the hot summers in Lancaster, California. It gets up to 100, 110, 12 sometimes. And over here, I have melon or cantaloupe that hopefully that produce well also, but we'll see. Also, this is a pepper plant that I had an extra of, so maybe I just do the same thing with the sandy soil one, but we'll see. And I have another cantaloupe on this side too, just in case one dies or they do better if they pollinate each other. And I'm pretty sure this one is a pumpkin, but honestly I forgot which one is which, so hopefully I don't get them mixed up. Or I did hopefully I didn't get them mixed up, but we'll see what they are later in the seasons. And here's my sunflower. Looks pretty good, pretty tall, taller than me. And the stalk, pretty thin, so I don't know. Maybe it's because of my hard soil. Right now I'm growing sunflowers to mostly break up the hard pan, but obviously I don't have a bunch of seeds, so hopefully I can save seeds from this one and then just plant it all over the place. Okay, here's my lemon tree, and it was looking a lot better. Before the leaves were kind of yellow, now they're better green, like a little bit darker than before, so that's good. And I had a zucchini here, but this one's struggling a lot, so I don't know. Maybe it doesn't like the soil here. I don't know if you can see it too well. But yeah, it was growing, not anymore, so we'll see. Here's the other pumpkin I was talking about, or so they keep pollinate each other. And then I guess here's the stage update because I haven't done it in a while. Looks really good, a lot better than before. It was just tiny, and now it looks a little bit bigger. Um, Hopefully when it overwinters, it won't die. I'm in zone 8B, so it shouldn't, but you never know. And I think I just plan to take this out of the 1.5 gallon bucket and put it in the ground when it's ready, or when I'm ready. And here's my other sunflower. I think this is a different variety because it's just producing a lot of heads. And the other one you saw before was just a mammoth sunflower, so who knows? Maybe it's a different variety, maybe it's not. We'll see. I guess here's finally a 65-gallon grassroots fabric pot update. I haven't done that in a while. And you can see the ones I planted first, or I got from the store, are starting to produce. And yeah, this one's looking really good. I suppose the ones I did from seed and planted a little bit later because it was too small at first. And yeah, maybe we could stagger our harvest. That'd be pretty cool. Here's the other side. And I had a ton of purslane growing here, like so much. It was taking over. The soil was always dry, couldn't keep it wet long enough. So hopefully this doing that, taking the purslane out will help these peppers produce more or grow better. And you can see with this 5 gallon bucket, it was a lot. And I'm pretty sure this is like a 10 gallon bucket. And I'm growing tomatoes in here. Again, there was a lot of purslane, so I took a lot of it out. And hopefully that'll help this tomato do better. And yeah, if you guys stick around, I'll show you guys how I plan to top dress this in the end of the video. Okay, and here's my 15-gallon grassroots fire pot experiment. Uh, this left one is my native soil, sandy soil that I bought. By sandy soil, I just mean I bought the bag of soil they get from Home Depot or Lowe's. The cheapest one. I don't think it really matters, but you can buy different. You can buy the place sand if you want. And then my native soil and biochar. Oh yeah, and by the way, they all have 10% of compost. Whether that makes a difference or not, I don't know. But as you see, this my native soil, um, I don't know if you saw my last video on these containers. This one almost died because it wilted like crazy. So I had to keep it watered, more than the other two, which is weird because you think sand will lose water faster, but I guess my native soil is just worse. And then here we got the sandy soil. Looks pretty good. It's growing a little bit bigger than my native soil, so that's cool. Yes, I don't know. I fed them all the same way, so there shouldn't be a difference with feeding. It's just a difference in the soil. Okay, so my biochar native soil, clearly you can see this one's doing the absolute best. It's huge compared to the other two at least. So I'm really excited to see how this one does. And in a future video, I'm gonna show you how I top dress it just to keep the fitted roots on top. And yeah, I think that's it for these containers. And let's go over here where I planted zucchini by seed. And you can see these are doing a lot better. They actually started producing, but this one, I guess the roots got knocked out or something. There's like not attached to anything roots, so I don't know what happened, but it was producing zucchini before it got detached from the ground. So um, hopefully this zucchini, and I think there's two in here, but hopefully these two zucchinis can produce me some really good seed. I mean, good zucchini, and yeah, that's really good for right now. Wait, hold on. I got an aloe vera here where I planted it about 2, 3 months ago. This one's doing really good. Well, doing a lot better, should I say. And then, yeah, let me take you to the pomegranate. Okay, so here's technically the final sunflower that I have. This was my shortest one. And yeah, that's it. And here's the pomegranate tree. And the one thing I did that I was told not to do, and I was telling other people not to do, was I was giving this too much water. So the yellow leaves that you may see, yeah, that's my fault. So I stopped watering it for like a week now, almost two. So you can see it's doing a lot better. It doesn't like that much water. And yeah, this pomegranate is doing really well. And I harvested the potatoes out of the around the trees, and pretty good. Got a pretty good harvest, better than the ones that I got from the pots. But yeah, this pomegranate tree is doing a lot better. All right, guys. So here's the part of the video where I said top dress these tomatoes. Um, like I said before, I cut down all that purslane, or the majority of it, and I'm gonna compost those. And the last clip you guys saw was this morning around 11. It's 4 o'clock now, so yeah, I kind of knocked out. Um, Here's a few amendments I'm going to use. My favorite, Dr. Earth. This is the 222 all-purpose fertilizer. You can use the different ones if you want. It doesn't really matter. And here's some bone meal. I'm mostly using this bone meal because it has some calcium. And yeah, I'm going to show you how I top dress it right now. Before, I was using a half cup and I was calling it a quarter cup. Clearly that was wrong. But this right here, that's 1/4 a cup. And I think that's quarter cup. If it's not, then tell me that I'm wrong. But yeah, you want to spread it out evenly as possible, because it is an all-purpose fertilizer. And these tomatoes are starting to go to flower already, which I don't want. So maybe you just take out those flowers. And if you're wondering why I'm using bone meal for the calcium, is because calcium is king in the soil. So I want to make sure there's enough calcium in the soil, especially because this is a small container with 3 plants growing in it. And plus, calcium is like a building blocks of the plant, so we want to make sure there's enough in there. if you're building your soil from scratch, you probably don't have to worry about it first year. But technically, I used this last year also, so I'm gonna worry about it a little bit more. Okay, now I'm just gonna wiggle it in the soil a little bit, just so it has good contact in the soil, and then the feeder roots can come up and look for this amendments. Okay, so if you remember the top dress I made a couple of months ago at this point, I'll link it in the description if you haven't seen it yet. So watch that if you want to know how I make my own top dress. And now we're finally going to be using it as a top dress. And this is, oops, sorry. And this is basically different types of compost with a little bit of biochar. And I guess I can tell you better with twine. I'll deal with that later. But yeah, there's like 4 different composts, a little bit of biochar just to help it out, or help out the microbes to find a living area. And I would use an measuring cup, but I don't really want to right now. It's really good to use your hands. And as you can see, this container is pretty much full to the top. I used some old soil that I wasn't using, and some native soil in here, so it's not going to break down too quickly. And yeah, that's the top dress. Hopefully inoculated worms. I'm not sure. Hopefully the worms didn't die. But I could always buy more worm casting, so it's not a big deal. And I'm gonna water in a little bit, just so everything's like glued together, and any nutrients from the compost and other fertilizer I'm using can get into the roots. Now, typically, if we're growing inside, the rule of thumb is uh, don't go above 5 to 10%. But since we're outside and we have to deal with the wind, the hot sun, I'm not gonna go by that rule. I'm just gonna feel what's right, and then if it needs more, then I'll give it more. But yeah, that's how you top dress tomatoes, or in this case, these tomatoes. And that was the garden tour. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.